Well, hey there. For Best Music Coach, my name is Dan. I'm a music teacher. I've never heard the music from Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, and today I'm going to be listening to it for the very first time. So join me live and in real time as we check this out. Again, I've never heard this before, so all this is going to be my brutal first-time reactions. Well, they might not be brutal. We'll see what happens. Hey, chat! How's it going? All right, let's do this thing. Flashback Excerpt. Let me know how the music sounds.
Straight from your house. I mean, he's the one. I mean, the king of. Only he's groovy and never gloomy. You can't get this from an egg. The sensation of your screen. The show that makes you scream. Say it with it, folks. Mr. Antenna's TV show.
Wow. What a way to start things off. I let those two play through because they sounded like they were connected, kind of like, oh, telling a story with the music. I have no idea what's going to come after that. That was incredible. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. What? Pull it back for a second. Okay, so it starts off. It's going like... can you even hear that guitar? You can hear that guitar. 1, 2. There we go. There we go. Now you can hear the guitar. So... It's like an A major to a G major. Super cool stuff. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. It's a little bit less of a music lesson today. This is more just like a hangout and having fun. You know, just you and me. Friends. Hanging out. Here we go. All right, next. Dude. So something we're seeing already is Toby Fox has taken his composition ability, in my humble opinion, to the next level with this soundtrack. No doubt. You can just see the harmony that he's using, the way he's going to B sections here. What do I mean by B section? Here's the A section. Right, so it's... That's the A. Now, here, where the music really changes radically. Here. This. I'd call this the B section. This sounds like a chord progression out of Undertale, but it's stuck against the kind of bluesy thing that happened at the front. Really cool stuff, and again, my humble opinion, taking the music, at least at the level of the complexity of the harmony and the construction of the music, to the next level. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. By the way, complex doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's complex. Just to be clear, we're not saying the more complex something is, the better it is. We're just saying the more complex it is. I'm just appreciating the next level of complexity. You get it? Cool. All right, let's keep it going. Wow. Next level. Yeah, how about type a 2 in the chat if you agree that that's a Undertale. Toby Fox was like, Deltarune 1 and 2. Toby Fox was like, and this seems to be, I don't know if you can even see my hand now. It's like off the screen. It's like nice stuff. Nice stuff. All right, let's keep it rocking. This is very Pokemon. Okay, hold on. All right, so either my guitar... All right, two things might be true here. No, my guitar is in tune. Okay, Toby Fox is using non-standard tuning in this chiptune piece of music. So cool. I'm not going to take time to do a deep dive into that. Check that out if you're into creating music. That is interesting. As far as I can tell, that was not standard tuning. Because, like, here's a D, and then listen to what it sounds like from him. Now, if I come out of the non-standard tuning, ooh, there's a difference there. If you can't hear that difference, just go back and listen to it a couple times. It just might take you a little bit of practice. There's nothing wrong with your ears. You just need a little practice. Really interesting stuff. All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling. I just have the highest compliment to pay Toby Fox, and that is, for me, this is now measuring up with, like, Pokemon Gen 1, Gen 2. Like, compositionally, it's awesome. The mix is fantastic. The compositional care and the riding the line like we had in the last piece, like having the flat 6, flat 7 to 1 major, like riding that line between danger and friendliness that the entire Pokemon series does so well at a musical level. We're hearing that here as well, and it sounds amazing, and I'm absolutely loving this. Type a 3 in the chat if you're loving this too. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. This is the B section. Oh, wow. Yeah, like real talk. The harmonic complexity here, Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, it's like... I'm going to give you a simile. It is like Toby Fox. Toby Fox is like a bottle of wine that's just been sitting in some dark cellar in like the Bordeaux region of France. And it's been sitting in there for years and years, just becoming more refined and more complex and, oh, even more pleasing to the palate than it ever was when it first went into that deep, dark, mysterious place. And that's kind of what it sounds like now. Like, it's the musical equivalent of like a bottle of wine sitting somewhere for some time. It sounds amazing. It sounds incredible. All right, let's keep it rocking. That was quick. Yes, please, more. What? That was so good. That was so good. From the groove through to the melody. That was literally insane. Insanely good. That was so good. All right, I'm going to stop moving this around. There we go. We're going to put it right there. We're going to leave it there. Okay. That was insane. That was Coco for Cuckoo Puffs. Insane. That was so hot. Yeah, agreed. Go again. Let's ride again. Type a 5 in the chat if you want to listen to that again. Type a 5 in the chat if you want to listen to that again. Show me what you think. What do you think? Should we get back on again? This reminds me of being Six Flags. I'm like, let's go again. Oh, let's do it again. Hit it! Yes, sir. Man, I'll tell you one thing. You know, one thing Toby Fox does really well is on these banger tracks, he passes the melody along to different instruments very effectively. You can hear he does that in Megalovania, for example. Does that here too. Really, really effective. Super awesome. All right, let's keep it rocking. That was hot. That was great. So we've heard a idea repeated over and over again, and so far that's been 1 to flat 7. And here we heard 1, 2, flat 2 to, sus 2 to sus 4 to back to the regular triad. But again, detuned a little bit. You can hear the guitar versus that. It's not the same thing. So cool, sounding awesome. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. Yes, I do hear that's like a light motif I do, yes. So right there, we can hear this idea of... I'm going to take this off here. That's a flat 6, flat 7 to 1, but the 1 is major. Like I talked about a couple of tracks ago where I was making the connection between that and original Pokemon soundtracks. That's a classic progression that you can hear all across the Pokemon series. And we're not talking about Pokemon here, we're talking about Toby Fox, but I wanted to share that with you because it's such a cool connection. All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling. Oh, so cool. Yes, motif here as well. We'll go to the next one. Really beautiful chord progression there. It's going to sound a little different when I play it here because it's not the same tuning there. It's this A major 7, so gorgeous, to this G minor 7. Oh, so pretty. By the way, let me know in the chat, how's the mix of the voice to the guitar to the music? Can you hear everything okay? Let me know in the chat. We're going to keep rocking and rolling here with Vapor Buster. I saw Zyron in the chat. Shout out to Zyron. Zyron said, hey, this sounds like more than just a slowed down and reverbed version of Rude Buster, and I agree. There was a lot going on in the arrangement here. We could actually hear some low end going on, like a lot of low end, like the point that it almost sounds, well, not almost, it does actually sound a little muddy in the low end here, but it almost, not almost, it does sound like it's on purpose. It creates almost a discombobulating feeling when you're listening to it. It feels like your feet have been taken out from under you. It's like, I don't know if you ever had a dream where you kind of like feel like you're falling and then you wake up like that. That's the feeling that it gives me. Type a 3 in the chat if when you listen to Vapor Buster, it also gives you that feeling like you're kind of like falling in a dream. Yes. All right, cool. Let's keep it rocking with the next one. Ah. Man, now, I know for a lot of you gamers, like me, you like your action games. You like your Assassin's Creed. You like your first-person shooters. You like your third-person shooters. You like whatever's going to have action in it. That's you. By the way, I'm one of you. I get it. You listen to a piece of music like that, you go, yeah, okay. Hear me out on this. That piece of music is a masterclass in rhythm. It's not even about the notes. If you just had drums playing all those different parts, it would still sound cool because the rhythm works. Period. Full stop. It sounds amazing. Let's keep it rocking with the next one. absolutely gorgeous. I love that little bit at the end. Then kind of a little bit of a tongue twister to play on the guitar there, but sounds really cool. And something I want to teach you real quick. I see a lot of people use the word leitmotif in the chat. Okay, so a motif, the definition of a motif that I like to use is that it's the smallest recognizable musical idea that you can identify. Right? So if it's small and it's the smallest that you can identify and know that it's separate from other ideas, then it's a motif. Now, a leitmotif represents a person, place, or thing with one of those ideas. Now, motifs join together to create sub-phrases. Those sub-phrases join together to create phrases, and those phrases join together to create sections. Oftentimes, a section is going to be the same length as, in fact, a phrase, and then those sections join together to create a piece of music. Thought I'd drop just a couple nuggets on you there of some useful words you can use to understand and break down music. Let's keep it rocking and rolling. All right, that was funny. And now, let's do this. That's the last note up. I was like, in my head I'm going, I really nailed that, and just totally flubbed the last note. All right, let's keep it going. Oops. I went too fast. Ah. Ah, something like that. That was super cool. Let's keep it rocking. first orchestra hits of the OST, guys. Ah. So, if I'm not mistaken, that was the first time we heard the orchestra hits sound. Sample? Sound. Might be a sample. I don't even... Well, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how he got it in there. The first time we heard that is OST. Let's check this one. I did used to call them big shot hits, that's true. Oh, sorry, I'm talking. So pretty. That's just gorgeous. And again, using non-conventional tuning. That's not A440, that is, no sir. And that sounds absolutely delightful. Let's keep it rock and rolling. The next one. I literally was reaching for my chapstick. And I looked at the title, and I thought it said Big City Broad, as in, like, how they used to call women in, like, the 50s. And I was like, I was so shocked by that being the title, I misread it, that I just knocked my chapstick off of my desk. I was like, see here, now we were hanging out with some big city broads. And I was like, what? All right, back to it. Well, that was beautiful. Let's keep rocking with Doom Board. All right, check it out. All right, let's keep it rocking. Could you guys hear that, by the way? I take my headphones off because there's a little bit of a delay between the guitar sound and like what I'm actually playing and hearing. Yeah, you could hear. All right, great. Keep it rocking. All right, one thing I love about this is that you can actually hear the bass note stays on G the whole time, but then an octave up, it does the actual like moving. So let's do this. So cool. All right, let's keep it rocking. All right, let's keep it going. That was super cool. Let's keep on rocking in the free world. Oh, you couldn't hear the guitar. We'll play it one more time. There we go. Now you can hear the guitar. 3, 4. That panning was crazy. What? Yes! That was awesome. Let's keep it rocking. What? See, that was not tuned either. I'm like trying to figure out what key it was, and I'm like, how? Why am I not hearing the key? It's kind of E, right? So what's really cool about this is kind of like a classic Nintendo style celebration thing, where it's like. My guitar nerds know just how cool that was. All right, let's keep it rocking. Okay. Oh, I was just getting into that. That was some really cool stuff in there. It was in the it had the rivers in the desert chord in there, and then the flat 6, flat 7. You say, what do you mean the rivers in the desert chord? When I hear a minor piece in video game music, it goes to the 4 in first inversion with a descending bass line thing with flat 6, flat 7. I just call it the rivers in the desert chord because, rivers in the dry land, there's down to the Tin Man, there's down to the sky down, there's down to the sky down, right? So that's why I call it the rivers in the desert chord. All right, let's keep it going because it's now or never, and I've got to make my decision to listen to crickets. This time it could be my moment. Oops, that's the same thing. Now it's great. And that was crickets. Oh, please drop it. Or in the next piece, something. Come on, baby. Interesting. Oh, see? I was hoping it was like the drums were about to drop on that. That was sick. Let's keep it rocking. So even that right there. Like, that's the 1 to the flat 7 thing that we've been talking about as an idea that's recurred over and over again. Let's keep it rocking. Beautiful. All right, so what do we hear there for bit roots? We hear... Woo, one more. What's happening there? Well, actually, something we've heard in Pokemon, and if I'm not mistaken, also perhaps Mario Superstar, whatever that one was. You make things sound creepy by making them a half step apart, and then you do other half steps that go in different directions. Pretty much. Yeah, Lusky, true. And then what was it? Oh, at the end, it just played 4. Yeah, well, we'll get to it next time. All right. ERAM. I think it's playing. It's playing. Creepy half steps. Creepy half steps. If I have one message about music, it's creepy half steps. All right, let's keep it going. beautiful. Let's keep it rocking to the next one. Oh. Reminds me of like Shin Megami Tensei. No. Yeah, I think so. There's something really beautiful about Old Wooden Rafters. It's actually implying, not always implying, but it's like a basic 1-4-5 chord progression, but it's all sitting around going this little triad idea here of, actually I don't even know if the fifth is in there, but here we have A major, what is ostensibly A sus4, but really is taking place of the D major, and then an A, sus2, which is like having the 5, and if we play that with a clean sound, it'll sound a little something like this. Oops. There we go. Oh, so pretty. One more time. Yes, when the chord is sus. Gorgeous. Oh! Undertale! Ah! Goosebumps! Oh, type of 4 the Genevieve got goosebumps. Oh my gosh! Ah! I'm gonna cry. That was amazing. Ah, gorgeous. Excuse me, waiter? Yeah, yes, waiter, yes. I think someone put some Undertale in my Deltarune. All right, let's keep it going. And even that, that's like, is that Undertale from? No, that's not Undertale from Undertale. There's one piece from Undertale. It's like that too. Da, da, da. What piece is that? I forget the name. Y'all help me out with that. Ah, absolutely gorgeous. Come on now. Yeah. Oh yeah. totally gorgeous. Loved it. Mwah. I don't know how many chef's kisses I'm going to do in this OST reaction, but I'm going to guess it's going to be between 1 and infinity. I thought that was going to be funnier in my head, and then I said it, and it wasn't. What are you going to do? All right, here we go. Yes. Ah, so cool. My favorite part of that, I love this little riff thing in here. It was like... I gotta take my headphones off. Yo, loved it. So cool. All right, keep it rocking. Oh, that ended sooner than I wanted it to end. Hey, by the way, just a quick shout out for you. I pinned a comment in the chat here for you guys. If you are a gamer and you want to create your own music, I have a gamer music creator guild. It's a group of folks that come together that create their own music, and they're gamers, and help them out and give them everything they need to be able to do that. I've created a free packet for you to get you started at no cost. Just put your email in. There's a link in the chat. I'll also put it in the video description. Click on that. It's a whole bunch of free lessons for you to get you started creating your own music, because my whole thing is helping gamers create music, because I'm a gamer too, and I create music, and so I help you create music, and we all have fun, and we make music together. So go ahead and check that out, and with that, we'll get back to the distance between two ferns, or two something. That was beautiful. C is for creepy. What was that, Toby Fox? What am I supposed to do with that? Was that a slinky? It sounded like a slinky. It sounded like someone was hitting a slinky. What do I know? Atrium. Oh, sleigh bells down. Ah, makes sense. Sleigh bells slow down. I get it. Wow. I have never heard a Toby Fox track that sounded like that before. That's two in a row. That's two Toby Fox tracks. I've never, ever heard anything Toby Fox make sound like that. I'm saying a sentence that doesn't make sense, but I think you're going to figure out what I'm trying to say here. Yeah, I've never heard Toby Fox make pieces that sounded like the last two pieces before. Cool. We did it. Hooray. Today I'm going to get to go home and tell Mom, Mom, I Englished today at school. She'll say, honey, so proud of you. Wow. That was incredible. I loved it. Just the entrance of the snare drum alone. By the way, if you don't know what a snare drum sounds like, take a moment, maybe after this stream, keep my algorithm metrics good. Don't just click away now. But after you're done watching this, go listen to a snare drum by itself, then come back and listen to this, and you'll hear where the snare drum enters. Chef's kiss. Oh. That started out with an Undertale motif. That's a motif. That started with the motif and developing it. So we hear that that right there, that is a motif. It is the smallest recognizable musical idea. We can trace that all the way back to Undertale. How cool is that? All right, let's keep it going. Oh, this is like... And this is, which piece is it? Which piece from Undertale? Spear of Justice, exactly, thank you. That was really cool. It was Spear of Justice remix, kind of. Cool stuff. Let's keep it going. there's also Undertale motifs in this too. Yeah, dum dee dum. Waterfall. Yeah. Something, I think. Also, maybe Battle Against a True Hero. But yeah, it reminds me of Waterfall. Yeah. Also, possibly Battle Against a True Hero, yes. Real quick to break the chord progression down here for you. We're in the key of ostensibly A flat minor. The tuning's a little different than what you're in the recording. We are in A flat minor to a D flat major, a 1 minor to a 4 major, back and forth, and then it goes to a flat 6 to flat 7, and back to 1. Beautiful stuff. Let's keep it rocking and rolling with the next one. Is this related to the dummy? Or Napster, yes. That was awesome. Loved it. Type a 3 in the chat if you're having fun with this stream. If you're watching on demand, go ahead, type something in the comments. Help the algorithm out. I mean, help me out. Help, yeah, you know how that thing works. All right, let's keep it going. Mysterious ringing. I was really enjoying that. That was sick. Having a good time. All right, let's keep it going with wise words. Ooh. Oh, so gorgeous. That was really pretty. I mean, again, if you're a big action gamer like me, and you're going, you know, where's the distorted guitar? You go back and listen to that piece. That's genius stuff, man. That's really good. Like the arrangement of just gently bringing the strings in and everything, it creates a vibe, man. Ah. Hammer of Justice. Is the band coming back in? There it is. Just one little thing I caught while that was going. Something. All right, cool. Let's keep it rocking. Undyne's teacher makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. 5? I'm hearing 11s, yeah. This is 12/8. 1 theta, 2 theta, 3 theta, 4 theta. This now is 12. That's crazy. That's insane. That's crazy. I think that's the first time I've ever heard Toby Fox write something that's not in 6/8, 3/4, 4/4. I think that might be the first time I've ever heard 12/8 from Toby Fox too. That was crazy. That was really cool. I'm not even sure all the time signatures I just heard. I heard groupings of 11. I heard groupings of, I think, 5. And I also might have heard 9. I definitely did hear 11, and I definitely did hear 12. That was crazy. Ah, that was cool. That was also cool. That was also cool. Let's keep it going. What is happening? So I just picked up one thing from that real quick. Yeah, I didn't play it very well 2 times. Let's try it one more time. There you go. Decent. All right, let's check out this next one. Oh boy. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7. The start was 9. Yeah, 11. That was 11, that last part. 11, 8 tuned out, I'd say, yeah. This is absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna keep it rocking to the next one. This is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, see what I mean? It's like you could take all that, just turn it into drums, and it still rocks so hard. You could also take all that, turn it into different instruments, it would still rock so hard. Rhythm solves everything. If the rhythm works, the piece works, period. And that idea, dum 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 dum, so cool, rhythmically viable, and rocks so hard. Check out the next one, Spawn. before we go to the next one, that was amazing. I love those guitar breaks. Everything sounded incredible. I loved it. Let's keep it rocking. What? That was amazing. Man, thank you all so much for joining me on this stream. Thank you. I couldn't do this without you. So, I'm talking to you. Thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being a pal. Thanks for being a friend. Appreciate you. Thank you. I'm so grateful we get to do this together. Thank you for the privilege of being able to come into your life today while you're watching this to hang out with you. So thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that honor. Man, that was beautiful. That just brought me into such a mood of gratitude. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's rock it. I don't know what it is about that, but I just have something in my heart I got to tell you. I just want you to know that, in my opinion, that there is so much love in the universe, and there is infinite love in the universe, and you get some of that love, and we all get to feel that love whenever we want. We just have to choose to feel it. And music can make it really easy to access that feeling of love and that feeling of gratitude and appreciation and wholeness, oneness, connectedness. I just wanted to let you know you can do that anytime. Just like I can do it anytime. Music helps, though. It's a key that unlocks the door. Let's keep it rocking. I've been crying in Rubberman 202. Like 3 minutes. Gorgeous. Ah, love it. Gorgeous. I feel like we're about to go into Donkey Kong country. New Orleans beat thing. That was awesome. All right. While I talk, we're going to put this on in the background. Final reaction and summary. I absolutely love this OST. Just like, yes. You know, in the words of Strong Bad, not virus equals very yes, but soundtrack equals very yes. If you get that joke, you're about my age or older. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Point is, absolutely love that. That was totally delicious, totally delightful. I love the whole thing, top to bottom. Thank you so very much for joining me on this. I could not do this without you. I want to let you know, again, if you're a gamer, you want to create your own music, I've got a whole system, a whole program. It's called the Gamer Music Creator Guild. I literally made it to help you make your own music, release it. We have clients who have music on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music, everywhere. They're releasing professional quality music. They've released a whole bunch of tunes so far this year, and we've helped people do that. So that's what we do. And you can check it out and get started for free. And get started for free by clicking the link in the chat that's been in the chat. And also there'll be a link in the description. There'll also be a link in the pinned comment if you're watching this after the stream. Click that link and you get started for free. I give you a whole bunch of free stuff to get you kick-started so you can see that we're legit, we know what we do, and we can help you. Cool. Thank you guys so very much. We're going to read some super chats now. If we can. Let's see. All right, Roman202 says, there's let you know, Flashback, Excerpt, and feature presentation aren't connected. If anything, it's deliberate. Mood, whiplash, in-game, put the sword, Splatoon. You got it, Rubberman. Mikael Mansbridge says, welcome back, Dan. It's been a while. Thank you, Mikael. Hyper XVZ says, any chance to react to Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2? I will put your donation toward it. Some of my absolute favorites. You got it. Fanfara de something. Oh, I'm sorry. I can do English. I see you from Brazil. I respect you, Brazil. If anyone in Brazil, I love you. Te amo, Brazil. I think, no, that's that's Spanish, not Portuguese, as you can see. I'm doing the best I can. All right, Matthew Banky says, I would like to see you react to Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Awesome. We'll put that in, Matthew Banky. Thank you. Time for Adventure says, hey, Dan, it's Dirt Matter. Hey, Dirt Matter. Randomly got this recommended, so I thought I'd check it out. Put this word Xenoblade Chronicles X. You got it. Mia Minion says, happy to catch you live. For the first time, you're actually becoming something comfort for me to watch. Especially Outer Wild and Celeste, but the source Mario Galaxy 1. You got it. Jankus says, no idea who you are, but I see Deltarune take money. That's hilarious. Okay. Thank you, Jankus. Or I should say cheers, mate. I say that's a GBP. Umbra Borealis says, boss fight track coming up soon, made a metal musician stopping his jack grabbing guitar jabs here and for a ride for the store's Metroid Prime. You got it, Umbra. Thank you. Arbor Dador says, tricky tune, cooked. Nicholas Pierce says, what are your favorite leitmotif in the chapter so far? I think the callbacks to Undertale. So much fun. Absolutely loved it. Gimenez says, fun fact, TV World was made back in 2016. Wow, thanks for that heads up there. FW Nut says, Tenno, watch out. And then says, when you play through this, you're going to have a great time during that. Thank you, FW Net. Merman goes on to say, anyone who's played Link's Awakening, doesn't GLACEIR sound like the Face Shrine? Getting strong Face Shrine vibes with this one. Plumberman says, Undertale OST reaction is my first time seeing you and glad you've done all the Deltarune so far. Can't wait to see you here soon for the next chapters. Agreed. By the way, we set absolutely a channel record today. I think the most I saw we had live was 2,800 people live. That is like 180% increase. I think the most we did last was on Metal Gear, one of the Metal Gears, and that was, we just went over 1,000, so that was super cool. Thank you for making that happen. Kaplooey Games says, it's been ages since I caught one of these live. Great stuff. This goes towards Sonic Frontiers. 2 albums, Stillness in Motion and Paths Revisited. You got it, Kaplooey. Matthew Banky says, can't wait for Dan to recognize Deltarune motifs, immediately recognize Snowden. Feral Bite says, you're taking too long, which I assume is a reference to the game. Varminal says, you're taking too long as a Deltarune reference. Thank you. Malchance Curse. This is my first time actually being here live, but I love the way you react to and analyze soundtrack. It's very entertaining and informative to watch. Thank you, Malchance Curse. Little MX Doom says, told me it's great songs that they feel so effortless and he hasn't even shown his full potential. Yes, we're going to call those pieces, not songs. Songs technically have lyrics and words, so they're going to be pieces. Little free lesson there. So thank you. User 420. Nice. Says, love you, Dan. We're going to get a reaction on the 10th anniversary concert for Undertale Garden coming up. I think we did. I think there is a 10th anniversary Undertale reaction concert on this. Or maybe that was a 5th. Maybe that might have been 5th. Yellow's Lot Car says, seen people cry to this track. You done seen another today. It's raining somewhere else, but this place is where it rained. Let's just relax and stare at the ocean with this. It's raining. John B says, no scenes to chapter 2 reaction. Keep it up. Sorry, it's jumping a little bit. Malchance Curse comes back to the music, such a lovely thing. Just the simple sound of it evokes such different ideas and emotions. I will forever love the beauty of sound and all that have helped me listen for it. Beautiful. Rubberman202 says, see you in 2026 when Deltarune Chapter 5 comes. That'll be exciting. What a wild ride, says Crunchy. Jung Boy says, much love, fam. Umbra Borealis says, great stream. Hypnospace Outlaw on the list, you got it. And Lucas Barra Salvador says, Chapter 4 have more songs. Search Chris playing piano. Beautiful. Thank you, guys. This has been real. Peace out, Cub Scouts. Thank you so much. Again, you gamer, you want to make music? Free stuff for you. I've literally pinned it everywhere on this video. You can find it in the chat below this. I'll put it in the description. Use it. It's my gift to you. All right, bye.